Welcome to the Emily Otto Show, business coaching for rebel healers, priestesses, and other witchy women. This podcast will give you the tools to help you build and scale your online healing business so you can help more people and make more money. My goal is for you to enjoy your life and business with plenty of time for pleasure and play. I am over the moon delighted you're here. Let's start today's episode.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Emily Otto Show. I am so freaking excited to talk to you about this one because this is the second half of how I made my first multiple six-figure year. And I want to demystify it because so many people think that it's really far out there. And it can feel that way when you're making a couple $100s a month or a couple thousand and it's not consistent and reoccurring. But that, ladies, is the number one thing that I help my clients figure out how to do for them within the Rebel Mastermind. And right now, we are in open enrollment for the Mastermind. I am so stoked for this round because the women coming in are just exceptional at such cool stages of business. Almost all of them have a combo of online business and in-person work and offerings they're doing in the world. And it's going to be so lit because I'm focused more on accountability, my energy and attention. There are no support coaches in this program. It's just me and you, amazing women, a small group of incredible women over the next 6 months, building and scaling their multiple six-figure business so that you can help more people have more fun and make more money. So what's included is 4 video coaching calls every single month. You and me, all the women in the group, noon on Tuesdays, Eastern Standard Time for video coaching, getting all your questions answered in that call. And then there's a Facebook group open 24/7 to receive your videos, your content questions, anything that's coming up for you and that you'd like to get support with. You can post at any time and then I'll respond. And you get access to all of my programs I've ever built immediately. That is CEO Enchantress, which is a $1,000 program. Sacred Sales Priestess, also a $1,000 program. Make a Plan, which is the first program I ever created to help people figure out what they wanted to do in their business and in their life and finally drop kick the day job or any side gigs that aren't serving them. Tons and tons of templates and tools, scheduling tools, content tools, ways to connect with other people's audiences, and you get access to all of that in my member vault immediately. In addition to all of that, we're going to have quarterly VIP days, and I'm thinking about doing them in person and not just virtually so that we can get together, plan out the next quarter, have a super exciting, juicy, fun time together, full of ritual and embodiment and ceremony, because what's the point in creating a beautiful business if there's not magic in it too? So all of that juice is available within the mastermind. We start May 1st. And so if you join by May 1st, you get to join us for a beautiful ritual intention setting ceremony. And the price is $1,111 a month for 6 months, or you can pay in full and get a huge discount as well. I also have just 2 more VIP spots available, and VIP access means you get me and there will be 3 other women, that is it, in a Telegram only container for the duration of the program. And that's $1,500 a month for 6 months. Send me a message on Instagram. Let's talk. Send me a voice memo and let's do this. This gets to be your year. You get to make 6 figures. You get to have fun doing it. You get to be wildly successful and have a ton of joy and pleasure every step of the way. Okay. So that being said, I really want to talk with you about how to go and how I went from $135,000 in the first 6-figure year to $500,000. And when I'm talking about these numbers, I mean cash, okay? So this isn't sales and projected income. This was cash, what I made in that time period. So the biggest thing that I changed, you ready for this? The biggest thing that I changed going from 6 figures to multiple 6 figures? Nothing. I barely changed anything when it came to the structure. But what I did is I invested in myself again in a deep, juicy sisterhood, 2 of them that year. And then I went all in on my own messaging and supporting my audience within this podcast, within my free Facebook group, on every social media channel I was a part of, okay? So I dialed everything in and up a notch. And that is how you go from 6 figures to multiple 6 figures. So I doubled down on nurturing the heck out of my audience, getting really intimate and close and understanding what do they need? How do they need it? How do I help them make more money, connect to more soul-aligned clients, put their work out into the world and get wildly compensated for it? What did I do there, right? And so I over-delivered. So there's this concept in marketing and in business in general, under promise and over deliver. And what that does is it says, here's the program, here's what I'm going to do. And then you step it up a notch where you get really up and in there and you support the heck out of your people. You support the heck out of them and they get massive results. And so then, of course, they would love to keep working with you or be deeply supported by you in other ways, right? And that's really what it's about when you're scaling your business to multiple 6 figures is how much intimacy and attention can you give your people? How can you over deliver? So I focused on my own audience, my own confidence, standing for what I believe in. My business is wild and weird. We're talking about healers making money. That's rebellious. That's crazy. That's outside of the box. And you get to. I doubled down on my signature marketing around Rich Witch, the rebel mastermind, being a healer and making good money, even when it felt sticky to me to say it out loud. And my clients were having an issue, like feeling it, right? Like, do I get to make money and help people? Yes, you do. But what I saw time and time again is, 100 people signing up for my turn on / launch / hype events, 160 people registering for Sacred Sales and the Wounded Healer. I gave that program away for free, and some details on that are coming soon. Multi-orgasmic money. I put that out into the world and 60 people signed up for it for free. So people want it, you want it, and I just double down on trusting myself, my intuition, my guides, and having the confidence to see it through. That's what scaling looks like. Because once you hit 6 figures, you've got a model, you've got a structure and a strategy, and it works. The biggest mistake I see healers make is to then try to learn a new strategy or do it differently because they feel like it's not working well enough. You can add strategy, you can overlap things, you can try a new social media channel or amplify a different message. But you don't want to dismantle everything at that point, or it's going to feel like you pulled your own rug out from under you, right? Because you have a system, you have a structure and a strategy, and it's working. You have clients, you're supporting them, right? So you're building a business and a brand and a following that really want to invest with you and continue working with you. So we let them do that, right? Audience, confidence, mentorship. Mentoring the heck out of my clients. I haven't launched one-on-one coaching in a long time. You know why? People send me messages and say, hey, Emily, can I work with you one-on-one? What does that look like? How long is it? What does it cost? What do I do? And that's literally how I've gotten all of my one-on-one coaching clients in the last year, right? I might be opening 2 more spots. So if you want more touch, more intimacy, more attention, and like literally voice memoing with me every freaking day, get in my DMs because I am opening two spots, I think, unless they're already taken by the time this airs. So sisterhood support. This was a huge one. The year I went from 135K to 2025 was the year I invested in high level mentorship in sisterhood. So getting to learn more deeper coaching styles, getting to see what other women were doing, figuring out like what was working for them. How do I share that with my clients and help it work for them as well? That was so valuable and really edgy for me to invest at that level. There was one mastermind I was in for 6 months and another for 9 months. The 6-month one, there were 30 other women at various stages in their business. The second one, it was just 4 other women, and it was really intimate, and there was a lot of attention and a lot of personalized experience that was really, really great. So in addition to having that support, I also had intimate attention with my own clients. I asked people, what do they need? How do they need it? I asked you, my listeners here on the podcast, what do you want to hear about? What's going to be most supportive for you? And people responded. And then I crafted masterclasses, free challenges, and podcast episodes around what my audience wanted. And so I really want you to get comfortable with the idea that you're not in this alone. Okay? As a healer, your work includes the people you're working with. And it makes total sense to shift and pivot and make your work better and better for them. And that involves audience participation. Ask them what's coming up. What are their biggest blocks in their words, right? Because it doesn't do any good to put it in your words. Like, oh, well, the problem is they're disconnected from their body. And so they're going through life numbing out and not feeling. And that's why everything sucks. Okay, but they probably don't know that that's what's happening. But they do know that they feel sad every morning when they wake up. Or they know that they can't fully connect with their heart or their womb space. And they want to. That's the kind of language I want you to get from your people and then bake into your marketing, your social media posts, your Instagram stories, your Facebook group, because that's how people understand that you understand them and have something to offer them. Okay, so I want to talk about what it looks like in terms of cash months to make that amount of money. In August of 2021, I had my first $12,000 cash month. Generally speaking for me, and I love my one-on-one business mentor, so I started investing in coaching with a $6,000 12-week program where I never got to talk with the person who sold it to me once. And that was so disappointing. And I was so sad about that because they sold it based on that premise. And I paid for it at $500 a month for a year by taking 2 side gigs. So I could pay for 3 days of daycare a week and this mentorship program. And I learned a lot about it. And we spent way too much time fucking around with the copy on the website instead of getting in front of clients and selling. But the business model was solid. And there was a lot of good tools and resources that I learned. And after that, I invested in a one-on-one business coach for a year. That was stretchy for me and it was hard. But what was amazing about that was the one-on-one attention and support while I was pregnant, when I had Rowan, and then moving through it. And so I remember her encouraging me and saying, I think you need to not focus on the 5K or the 10K month. Let's just overshoot it. So my first over $4,000 month was $6,000, and then $8,000, and then $12,000. I didn't even hit 10K right on the nose. That wasn't a thing. And who cares, right? So maybe for you, start to play with the numbers. Who cares about 5,000? What if you overshoot it and go to 12? What if you overshoot that and go to 26? Okay? So in August of 2021, I made $12,000 cash. How did I do that? What does it look like? So when you have a program suite, when you've hit 6 figures, you have things that work, okay? You've got one-on-one coaching, you've got packages, you've got 6-month programs, you've got intensives and free ways for people to work with you. And all of these create this beautiful funnel. Sometimes people like to talk about it as a pussy-based funnel, right? Because we've got this upside down triangle. So the first strata is all the free ways people can connect with you. Social media, podcast, a free group, right? Email newsletters. Next strata, low cost offers, a $25 webinar. Go grab my ebook. It's literally $2.99 on Amazon, the $25 webinar. Go get it. It's going to teach you exactly what to do and how to do it to get more people into paying events with you and then allow them and invite them into longer term work together. And maybe you have a $111 bundle, a $300 bundle. The next tier is your group coaching program. Maybe it's a 6-month mastermind, like mine is, a Rebel Mastermind, 6 months. But the first time I launched it, it was a year. And now it's 6 months, and I love doing it that way. And it's open for enrollment in case you missed that. Send me a message on Instagram, send me a voice memo. Let's talk about it. And go check out the super hot sales page, because it's going to give you all the details you need to self-assess and say, is this the right thing for me right now? Chances are it is. Chances are it is. So send me a message. And 12K month, okay? So that's generally I hold between 3 and 8 one-on-one clients at a time. And so those are consistent cash payments that are coming in for one-on-one coaching. At that time, that month, there was probably also a pay in full for the next round of the mastermind. That's like $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000, depending on the pricing and when it was. There's also reoccurring payments from past clients that were on extended payment plans for one-on-one coaching. What I see is if you haven't yet hit 6 figures, a lot of people will think, well, but wait, what the hell are you selling? How does that work? It's stacking and overlapping payment plans. So in a big cash month, you're making money from past clients, you're making money from current clients that are working with you and paying monthly, and you're making money for the sales that you made that month that start in the following month, okay? So maybe that looks like 5 payments of 500, 3 payments of 1,000, and things start to add up, okay? One-on-one coaching, a package that, now my one-on-one coaching for 6 months is $12,000. At that time, it was probably half that. And so if somebody paid in full, that's a huge cash for the month, right? So I'm telling you all of this to demystify it so that you can see how possible it is for you too, even if it feels like it's far off. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. I went from $395 to $135 to $202, and I'm aiming for a $500,000 business this year. It feels crazy. It feels audacious. Who am I to want to do that? But if I make that much money through my business, that means I have wildly supported you and your work in the world, and you're making a lot of good money and having fun doing it too. And then you can impact lots and lots of beautiful humans on the planet. That's what matters to me. Your work, your healing work, getting to touch the hearts, the minds, the bodies, and the souls of hundreds of thousands of people. That's why I do what I do. And you being able to pay your bills and have fun and travel when you want to travel, and come see me at Burning Man. We just decided this week we are camping with an amazing company, Blintz Company. And so I am literally going to be making blintzes, which are these beautiful little creepy things with filling, out on the playa. I'm not sure of our placement just yet, but it'll be somewhere in the Tokyo sector, probably around 7:30 and B or D, I think. Hey Peaches, if you're listening, he's our camp lead. And I'm really excited because we're going to have a champagne dance party morning, and I'm going to create a playlist, or maybe I'll even DJ it. We shall see. So August 2021 was 12K. September 2021 was $17,000. That was, I think I had 2 pay-in-fulls for my mastermind. At that time, the mastermind, I think I was charging $444 a month. And then I had extended payment plan options for it too. So I really, really, really want you to start to see how this happens. You double down on your messaging. You do what feels good to you. Oh, also, I had support at this point. I had a virtual assistant working 2 to 5 hours a week, and I still do today. Hey, Melissa, because I needed the support. I couldn't do this with 2 tiny humans in 3 days a week if I didn't have both business coaching support and a virtual assistant helping me keep all the pieces together and keep things rocking and rolling and on schedule. She does so many amazing back-end things, like sending out the email reminders for coaching calls and making sure all of the modules are where they need to be, and the recorded coaching calls getting into the member vault for my mastermind members and for CEO Enchantress, right? So I'm a big believer in you get to have it all. You get to have consultants and service providers help you in your business. You get to have business coaching. Because what would have happened while I was scaling my business if I didn't have business coaching support is that I would have been spinning for longer. I have been training my mind like a freaking Jedi warrior for the past 3 years. And that's on purpose, okay? And this level of expansion with rebellion, with doing it weird and wild and differently, and doing it your way as a healer, as a witch, as a priestess, does require support to feel good. And you get to feel good. And I think in a society where women and everybody is encouraged to like do it alone, bootstrap it, it's part of the struggle, it's the American dream, it's rebellious to say, fuck that, I want support. And you get to have it. I've had it consistently on purpose. And in the last 3 months, I decided, I don't need it this year. I'm just going to wait. And then I found myself craving sisterhood, craving high-level sisterhood with other women like me who were building a similar business, who were rebellious, who were making good money and doing it on their terms. And so I joined a mastermind 2 weeks ago. And you know what? That week, I had a $27,000 sales week and a $6,000, almost $7,000, cash day. And the reason is there's always new strategies to learn. There's always new juicy ways to be thoroughly supported. And I get to have that. And you get to have that too. So since I think it was August 2021, I have made between $10,000 and $25,000 cash in my business every month. That is with intention and purpose and with a small program suite, okay? I offer my Rebel Mastermind. It's open now. I may have mentioned that. One-on-one coaching. I am holding 2 spots open, and I am playing with a new revenue model for that of like a base payment plus a profit share. So get at me because I'm only taking 2 new clients and only one of them is going to be that model. And then VIP days. And I'm selling virtual VIP days right now for $1,500, or in person, we can meet anywhere in the US for $3,000. Those 3 programs are the main things that I sell. And it's not about selling lots and lots of things, but it's about pivoting and seeing what works and what lights you up and what lights your clients up and doing it again and again and again. And at this stage of business, I've got a huge content bank. I have a ton of ideas for podcasts. I've coached over 350 healers in the last 3 years. So I know what I'm doing. I know how to do it. I know how I want to be doing it. And I know how to get my clients what they want faster and with more juice and intention and cohesion and fun. I love my business. I love my work and I love my clients, and you get to have all of that too. I hope this was illuminating. Ask me any questions at all. Send me a message on Instagram. Join my free Facebook group, Business Coaching for Healers and Spiritual Entrepreneurs with Emily Otto. And I hope you have a beautiful day.
That's it for today. Share this episode with other Rebel healers so they too can make more money and deeply support their people. Join my free Facebook group at Business Coaching for Rebel Healers with Emily Otto, and stay tuned for next week's episode. XOXO.